Hey there, let's talk about Valley Girl, Yeah, that little slice of 80s teen movie awesomeness. It first hit the screens way back in 1983, directed by Martha Coolidge and co-written by Wayne Crawford and Andrew Lane. Oh, and fun fact, this is actually the very first movie where Nicolas Cage got a film credit. He was still going by Nicholas Coppola back then. If you're thinking the story sounds familiar, it's basically a fun, laid-back take on Romeo and Juliet. But instead of Montagues and Capulets, you've got a Valley Girl falling hard for a punk from Hollywood. Classic fish-out-of-water romance, but with better hair and way cooler music. Here's the gist. Julie, played by Deborah Foreman, is your typical Valley Girl living that suburban San Fernando Valley life. Everything gets flipped upside down when she meets Randy. That's Nicolas Cage being all brooding and punk. Julie's friends totally do not get what she sees in some Hollywood outsider, so of course there's drama, hello, prom showdown, a wild food fight escape, and an epic limo getaway at the end. If you're into rebellious love stories and major 80s vibes, it doesn't get better than this. Let's talk cast for a sec. Deborah Foreman as Julie, the sweetheart at the center of it all. Nicolas Cage, before he was famous, Randy, the punky dude with a heart of gold. And then you've got a killer supporting cast, Elizabeth Daily, Cameron Dye, Michelle Mayrink, Lee Purcell, Michael Bowen, all bringing the drama and charm. Now, get this, they made the whole film on only $3 million and still raked in about $17.3 million at the box office. Not bad, huh? A huge part of what makes this movie so memorable is the music. If new wave and punk is your thing, you'll freak. We're talking the Plimsolls, A Million Miles Away, Modern English's I Melt With You, which actually plays twice, Josie Cotton, Payolas, and more. There was some drama with the soundtrack though. Because of licensing issues, the official release was cancelled. But Rhino Records came through in the 90s with some sweet compilations. And check this out. Before she was famous, Paula Abdul did some of the choreography for the film. Plus, Nicolas Cage was so dedicated, he actually lived out of his car to get into his character's headspace. Director Martha Coolidge even wanted more diverse casting, asking for one of the girls to be black, but unfortunately the studio didn't go for it. So how did people feel about Valley Girl? Critics loved it. Rotten Tomatoes says it's got an 84% rating, and Metacritic scores it at 66. Roger Ebert himself called it a little treasure, mostly for how real it feels when it comes to teen love and relationships. But honestly, you can't really talk about Valley Girl without mentioning its impact on pop culture. The movie totally launched Valley speak. So phrases like grody to the max and like totally are all thanks to this film. The fashion, the music, the mall scenes, it's all classic 80s. It holds its own with the greats too. People still mention it alongside Fast Times at Ridgemont High and The Breakfast Club when talking all-time teen movie classics. Even Vanity Fair and Vogue have sung its praises for capturing the teenage spirit of the 80s. Speaking of legacy, Deborah Foreman went from Valley Girl to Scream Queen with a string of horror roles before retiring in '91. She actually pops up for a cameo in the 2020 Valley Girl remake too. Yeah, there's a remake. In 2020, they did a reimagined version, as a musical no less. There were some delays and it mostly dropped straight to digital and drive-ins, but it's got Alicia Silverstone in it, playing the older version of Julie, reminiscing on her wild teen years. So, have you seen Valley Girl? Let us know in the comments and, totally subscribe to Movies of the 80s for more throwback movie goodness.